Hi guys! Today's video is about chapter 185 of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse, titled A Serious Matter. This chapter brings some huge revelations that I don't think anyone saw coming, so stick around until the end to find out what I mean. So let's get started. At the start, we pick up right where we left off in the fight between Percival and Dubs. Donnie is shocked by Percival's insane power-up. While in his questioning, hey, was that a good idea? She's referring to Dubs removing his mask, since she knows Dubs is a fugitive in Camelot. Percival then asks Dubs the same thing, and the giant responds, saying it's all good because it gets awfully stuffy under the mask, and his cover was blown halfway through anyway. He guessed right, Beltrite had already noticed his identity in the last chapter, thanks to the weapon he used. That's when the Camelot Knights arrive at the arena to arrest him. Everyone on Dubs' side, including Percival, is concerned, but Dubs doesn't make a fuss. He calmly turns himself in. He tells Percival not to forget about his mission, warning him that causing a scene now would ruin his golden opportunity. So Dubs is handcuffed, and Beltrite asks Capardonich to follow the knights escorting him, just to be safe. As they walk, the knights talk about how famous Dubs is for his crafting skills and how they would like to use him for Camelot's benefit. But Dubs isn't even worried. He's more focused on Percival's weapon, which he thinks is the best thing he's crafted in a long time. Capardonich then steps in, explaining Beltrite's orders, which causes one knight to get offended. He sees it as an insult to their skills. Capardonich reassures him, saying that he fears their talents won't be enough to subdue Dubs, emphasizing Dubs' importance. This only infuriates the knight more, forcing Capardonich to use his power to control their minds, making everyone, including the angry knight, accept his presence without question. Strangely, Capardonich also releases Dubs from his magic handcuffs, and the knights continue walking as if Dubs is still subdued by them. Capardonich explains that by the time they reach the castle, the knights will have no idea what they were even sent to do, and he's confident Arthur will have their heads for it. Dubs realizes this could only be the work of the sin of lust, Gowther. And he was right. He asks Gowther when he joined the festival, and Gowther reveals that he's been there since before it began, working alone, away from his companions. Unfortunately, this means Ban is likely not there. But anyways, we also find out that the Capardonich we're seeing was just an illusion created by Gowther. Dubs praises Gowther for tricking Beltrite, which is no easy task. So Gowther goes on to explain that his goal is to uncover the secrets behind the four evils and their powers, which Dubs already knows are granted by pieces of chaos. Gowther tells Dubs that he's been diving into Beltrite's nervous system to understand the process, but chaos has spread through his body like a cancer. By analyzing Beltrite's memories, Gowther discovered that some of them are blocked by chaos, particularly memories of things Beltrite cherishes most, memories that could prevent him from following Arthur's extreme orders. Gowther continues with some mind-boggling revelations. He mentions a royal seal, which Dubs recognizes as belonging to a royal family from a small kingdom in Britannia. Gowther confirms this, explaining that the seal is from the royal family of Costello, a kingdom that fell into civil war 48 years ago. Most of the royal family was executed during the revolt, except for two princes. The second prince, Escanor, was considered a cursed child and was helped to flee the kingdom by a maid 10 years before the revolt even happened. This was Escanor, who needs no introduction. The other prince was Damon, Escanor's older brother. Nobody really knew what happened to him during the Civil War, but Gowther had memories of Beltrite which could only belong to Damon. It shows Beltrite getting his arm broken by Escanor when they were children. And that means exactly what you're thinking. Beltrite is Escanor's brother, Damon. This is a huge revelation. Gowther now has to go back and act as Capardonich, and Dubs assures him that he'll do everything possible to help. We then cut to the Beltrite part, where he questions the false Capardonich if everything went well, and Gowther responds, yes, and so the match between Nazians and Diodora is about to begin. Once again, I didn't see this coming. Beltrite being Escanor's brother? I'm not sure how it'll impact the story, but it's certainly intriguing. As for Nazianz, I'm really hoping he does well in his fight against Diodora, though I suspect he might lose and suffer some kind of serious injury. It would be a way to make Diodora even more hateable, since now he's a villain. If you liked the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing, and that was it for today.